I've been working in this business for about 25 years. I've worked on a whole variety of franchises. For the last 13 of those years, I was at Activision running large-scale story franchises like Call of Duty, Destiny, Skylanders, things like that, where narrative was increasingly a part of the game, and we took very, very seriously. It's a medium that has evolved over time, is becoming much more mainstream. When I moved to HBO, it was stepping into a field where they owned a lot of what I call high quality premium television. The storylines are amazing. They certainly own it from my perspective. But stepping into that medium required some retooling of how I worked. It was bringing their already great organization into the area of understanding what interactive and immersive could be with great characters and storylines that they already were familiar with. So it was all the idea of development, of working with great writers, and also interactive people, and understanding that technology is changing, but what they do great is of paramount importance. And having that, being able to secure that and have it carry over into a new medium of interactive and immersive, while still delivering a great storyline and great characters, was critically important. In a world where we have great titles that don't just line our shelves but are available online, people who are playing all manner of multiplayer games, I'm still a gigantic believer that story and character are critical to the kind of experiences that we engage with and then engage with us. As an example, we've always looked at the Naughty Dog array of games and said, those are great stories and those are great characters and we love playing them. And there are some who have said that story is not particularly important. But we have 3 generations now of consumers who, front and center, have a familiarity with interactive. They may not all be great at it, they may not all play Fortnite, but they understand interactive. The thing that binds them all together is they want something that's fresh, that's new, that is something that speaks to them, and that really delivers on the human experience and gives them a world to engage with. We engage with worlds in television and in film, but this is the only space, interactive and immersive is the only space where you can actually penetrate the screen along the Z-axis and engage with the world and step into it and have a role in it. But this is where story and character and the firmament, the fiction of the world, needs to be solid and be, in fact, excellent. It's one of the things I believe that HBO does extremely well, and all good television does extremely well. We are in a renaissance now, I think a second golden age, as I believe I've heard it termed before, of great television. And I believe episodic television is the closest thing to interactive development. I think we're going to see a whole variety of content creators move into the area of not just linear but interactive. We saw it with Black Mirror and Bandersnatch, and I think for that show and that medium, that was the right approach. I've been doing interactive movies. You could go back theoretically to Wing Commander in the 90s. Fast forward now many years later, and again, going back to the multi-generations of people who are familiar with interactive, I think it demonstrates the fact that we are making it, I think collectively, making this medium something that is not scary to not just the young generation, the older generations, people who don't feel like they could scramble around a corner in Nazi Germany and then engage with soldiers, but they still want a story. So the advancements in technology that I think we're all undertaking, that we're all investing in, has an impact because we're able to squish down the barrier between the individual and the story and the story world.